All right. You're gonna get a 22 this run,
You think
and it's
so?
gonna be sick. Yeah.
Okay. I believe in how much you believe. Damon, are you gonna watch? I'm only asking because if you will, I'm gonna turn you up.
No,
Okay.
I'm working on stuff.
You're fine. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm aware of my issue.
You do have an issue.
Yeah.
Your issue.
So for whatever reason, Discord with my mic interface, if I watch a stream, turns my mic down, and I don't know why. And it makes no sense. So there's probably some like hyper obscure setting inside Discord that gets turned on or something that I can't figure out what it is, and it screws me over, and I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It lowers it for just Discord or like your mic in general?
I don't know.
He becomes inaudible
It like halves my mic volume.
at like 200%. You can't hear him. What are you working on? Third Strike?
No, I'm getting a Wii set up and soft modded so I can get like randomizers and stuff put on it.
Oh, nice. You gonna do like OT and Majora's Mask?
Yeah, I literally just set up a Majora's Mask randomizer, so I'm testing it out right now and seeing if that's all working properly. And
I thought you would do the Majora's Mask OOT crossover rando.
I would like to try that. I think it'd be fun.
Have you
But
heard of the?
I started with something that I knew how to do.
I'm sorry.
Have you heard of the hit game Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You could put that on your Wii, and then Slippy, and save the files, and have Frozen Stadium and UCF and all kinds of goodies, and then put on Project M, and then the Nintendo businessmen, the salarymen come to your house, and they take you out.
I've tried Project M. That game's weird. It's like Twilight Zone Melee.
Yeah.
It's. I would rather play any of the official Smashes before Project M. It's like, I don't know, some of the designs just feel like contrived. It's weird.
Yeah. Didn't they add in Knuckles, who was in the game files already?
Knuckles was not in the game files.
There was somebody who was in the game files that they just added in.
Sure about that?
That's what Cece said.
Sure about that?
Are you sure? What are you fucking? I think you should leave. You sure about that? You sure about that?
I think they had time to make Brawl. They put in everything that they worked on. I'm pretty sure. It's not great as it was.
Brawl was good.
Yeah, he's actually a Brawl stan. You're talking to the Brawl fan that you know.
Brawl's a good game.
I played it a few months ago, and I gotta say, did not enjoy it.
Yeah, but you're a melee cultist, so.
Damn.
Subspace was cool.
Subspace is cool.
The Wiimote yelling at you was kind of cool.
Yeah, the boss fights are fun. I think Brawl All-Star mode is super good. Or not All-Star mode, event matches. Event matches are super good.
Oh, I don't remember those actually.
Did you like? It's like melees, but there's more of them, and they're really fun.
I did like Melees a lot. I like Melee as a game. I did not like the competitive Melee.
Oh, competitive Melee's horrendous.
Not fun.
Shit, me either. I fucking hate that game.
Like what you like, Gaffy.
Like it so much. I fucking hate it, but man, can I not stop playing it? Get a bunch of neurodivergents in a room together with Melee. We ain't going anywhere for hours. All right.
Would you be the person that lives in the Smash dungeon at GDQ?
No, I'm too much of a social drinker to be a dungeon smasher.
You're a different kind of degenerate.
Yeah, that's fair. But that one's at least socially acceptable. The Smash dungeon is disgusting.
I have never been. Is it like... What is it like?
So this is everything I can tell you about when we did the one in Florida. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Florida enhances certain attributes of people.
That's fine.
I do.
There were people that came to GDQ because there's a Smash room. Okay.
I
So
think Orlando has a pretty big Smash scene too.
So, there was a guy who I overheard him talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got in my car and drove here. I don't have a room." They were like, "Oh, are you leaving the event?" And he's like, "No, why would I leave?" I said I drove all the way here. So he drove all the way there. He was there for 5 days. So day 0, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He had on a blue zip-up hoodie, a pair of jeans, and a pair of beat-to-shit Airwalk. And that's what he wore every single day. He lived in his car. He smelled in his car.
Florida, ew.
Florida, fuck yeah.
You know what? He's just a homeless guy.
Yeah, that's just a homeless guy.
He just wants a place to stay where there's AC. I feel it.
No. He was a smasher.
He stole someone's GameCube controller, and that's just how he gets into places now.
Was this pre-COVID?
Why would yeah, it was pre-COVID. It was HDQ 2020.
Oh, you know what? That generation built different. We didn't have Slippy. We didn't have rollback. We had to carry our CRTs uphill, downhill, in the snow. And then you got to play only other shitters. You didn't get good.
Yeah. Back in my day, you only played Mango if you lived in Mango's neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Is Magnemite eating the apple omnidirectional? We're gonna find out.
Oh, I didn't know Magnemite could eat the apple.
I think it is because it disables the it's looking at you proximity. Or like the it's looking at you thing.
Yeah, like
So
that photo shouldn't count.
If it would suggest that it's omnidirectional.
It is not.
Okay, well, sucks to suck.
I'm at 51k. All right, fighting Magmar.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
you're gonna need the Charizard at this rate.
Some
No, I'm not kidding. Fucking Charizard.
Go get Charizard.
I'm not that bad. I love that Rapidash butt is that good. You can get 5k for that fucking picture.
Yeah, it just does it for you.
I remember, like, I got my PB or whatever, because all I cared about is I just wanted to get the sub 22, whatever it is people used to care about. And then I did the tournament, and I tied my PB in the tournament with Pose Moltres and fighting Magmar.
It's one of those games, man.
It was, the run was so much better. Like, I had just gotten better at the game.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was so stupid. Yeah, it is one of those games.
Okay, I hate when they're like this.
What are you doing?
Charmander.
Okay.
Mother.
Charmeleon, turn around and eat the apple.
Yeah,
Here we go.
dome it. Yes, first shot. Let's go.
2 quick ones. Alright, Magmar, start fighting. How did only one of you give a shit about that apple? Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Holy shit.
saved it.
I did not save it. That's not what happened there, son.
Saved it.
That's a really good Magmar, too. Like, if I didn't get fighting Magmar and didn't get the bonus, like, that Magmar would probably be, like, the best N64 Magmar that I ever got. 43, 32, 29, 3,000, 4240, 54, 74k. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, shit! I thought you had enough.
I do.
That sucks.
On VC,
Oh,
you have to take a photo and put it in the album.
Oh.
You have to do that on N64 too.
No, you don't put it in the album on N64. You take a picture of Poliwag on N64.
No, but if you have enough points, you can take a picture. You can just take a blank picture and put it in the album.
On the N64, the picture of the bank counts as a picture of Poliwag.
But if you, in rare, dumb circumstances...
You can do it on the N64. That's why
Yeah.
it works on VC. The reason that the Poliwag photo doesn't...
because it doesn't appear.
Yeah.
You can't doesn't detect him.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was because when I was running Hundo Wundo, we took a picture of the river.
Yeah.
Because you had to get Poliwag later anyway.
Hundo Wundo.
The category for people that like taking good photos.
It's my favorite category.
It is.
I think it's sick, actually. Yeah.
It's one of CC hates 100%. So
100% is the most pointless shit in the entire game. Bro, 100% is just the good credits music category. Like, you don't... Like, it's so unsatisfying.
yeah, notice it's take bad photos to go fast.
Yeah, it's very silly.
All right, if I get a cloister this time, I think I'm getting like a minute PB. Or 2 minutes, maybe.
Could be.
I'm only plus 40 going into river, so... I don't know why, but I was mad looking at the people that had faster times than my 24:55. Like, I'm better than you.
In your 1 day of practice.
Yes.
On a console that no one uses for good reason.
Hey man, you've done a lot of shit. What is like your thing that you put the most time into?
Rogue Squadron?
How to, like, as far as speedruns go?
Yeah.
Is it Rogue Squadron or is it XGRA? It might be XGRA. It's one of those two. Those are my two games. They have been for years.
I got a cloister, by the way.
It might be Rogue Leader at this point, but not by much. Those two are very close.
I don't know why. Playing the Switch version has got me wanting to play the N64 version.
Because the N64 version is just better and you want to enjoy the game? It's gotta be why.
I mean, it is why. It is why. But I love this game in general.
Yeah, it's a great game. It
hurts you,
better on
though.
the N64.
It just hurts.
If you don't care about the outcome, amazing game. As soon as you apply stakes and you're like putting forth genuine effort into fucking Pokemon Snap, bad things start to happen.
Yeah. 103,000. Let's fucking go.
Oh, the
Nice.
duality of running the games you love.
Well, Pokemon Snap's different because Pokemon Snap is an absolute RNG shit show. And that's its main feature as a speedrun. Is that it is an absolute disaster.
That's why
of
Pokemon
RNG.
Snap speedruns are impressive, even though they don't get like mainstream appeal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because the game has to allow you to go fast. You have to play well, and the game decides that it's okay.
I'm surprised it doesn't, since like it hits all the check marks for things that I would think would do well. Like a lot of
There is
N64 games just
no-
historically, and then Pokemon games always.
There is no consistency into the speedruns that people like versus the ones they don't like.
That's fair.
Nintendo games
Nintendo games definitely
very typically do better than
they
any
do better.
other game.
I mean, they have a stronger retro scene and they've been around longer, like straight up. Like they had a massive head start, so there are more of them, which is it certainly helps. But you know, there are some games out there that people love the runs of and are really popular that make no sense to me. I don't get why people give a shit about GoldenEye speedrunning. I think that game looks like shit. Like it's, but people love it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'll be
And-
honest. The most I watch of GoldenEye is Streets 112. Love that video. But-
Exactly. Everyone likes Streets 112, and they should. But the thing is, like, there are a lot of people out there that have, since the game came out, like, year one of GoldenEye, there are people on the internet posting their level times. Like, and it's kind of like, as someone who spends a lot of time in all things related to Rogue Squadron, that there's kind of like this weird parallel where around the same time we get Rogue Squadron on the N64. Both are level-based games with an in-game timer based on a well-known IP. One of them is a mainstream speed game. The other one is in relative obscurity. It's just kind of like, you know, and I would also argue that Star Wars is more popular than James Bond.
Yeah. Well.
But like,
Yeah.
it's weird that the stars just aligned for GoldenEye and it didn't for Rogue Squadron. And you know, there's, you know, I think that we have the multiplayer aspect of GoldenEye to thank for a lot of that. But
Yeah.
also there has to be some genuine interest in the speedrun, because there are a lot of really popular games that are shit speedruns and people just don't care. You know,
Yeah.
like there has to be some sort of intrinsic value to it as well. So that's a really interesting thing to me. And then, I mean, also, and I say this, you know, not just because it's the game that I run, but I think that Rogue Squadron 2 is, like, by some margin, like a long way, the better game or the best of the three. And boy, do people not give a shit about that speed run. And it's a good run too. It is like a genuine challenge, but it's still pretty accessible. There's not even very much downtime. It has like kind of everything you'd want in a run. Yeah, and people just don't care, which is fine. There are people that like will say that they want to come learn the run and then they just don't. And I don't understand it because I think it's a blast.
Sure.
But
Probably as simple as like popular representation, you know, getting a top player that is already notable.
I don't even think that matters that much, because you get people all the time that will come in and like with interest of like, oh, I want to try this, and then they just don't, or they try it and don't like it, or also popularly they try it, realize that they can't emulate it properly, and then don't spend the $10 to buy a copy.
Tell me how
Yeah.
you really feel.
It's so dumb. Like, the game legitimately, you can go and you can get a copy for $15. Like,
That's a cup of coffee,
that's-
folks.
that's not the barrier of entry. Like, you're fine. You can afford. I promise that if speedrunning is a hobby of yours, you can afford a copy of Rogue Leader if you actually want to run the game. I promise. Like, it's very, very silly to me.
By the way,
So-
before I laughed, I got a gold on Cave.
I saw that, and that's against your
Nice.
N64 splits.
Yeah, but not my.
Cave lags like crazy.
Yeah, it does. It's not that big of an accomplishment.
All right, I'm peeping this Rogue Leader run. It's a GameCube game, which already I'm like,
You-
okay, I'm in a little
My
bit.
most recent run's on YouTube, and it's pretty good.
You don't have it uploaded to SRC?
It is. Yeah, but I
Oh,
think
okay,
the
okay.
SRC one links to the Twitch VOD.
Oh yeah, and YouTube's just much better.
Yeah, so just Google
Oh, I'll
Rogue
find
Leader
you.
Dayman and you'll. It's a
You don't have your
4008.
YouTube linked to your SRC? Oh my goodness.
I don't. I should.
Is it on your Twitch page at least? You make it really hard for me to find you, Dayman.
Oh, yeah, it's because I don't care if people watch my videos.
He told me to stop watching his video the other day.
Why?
I was watching an Extreme G video, and he's like,
Yeah, 'cause
watch
mine
someone.
wasn't- Yeah, watch someone good. He's like, because I have like the 6th place time or something, and that or whatever it was.
Yeah.
No, watch someone who knows what they're doing. I'm okay. Like, my times in, with the exception of Critical Mass, which is actually pretty good because I went back last year and I fixed that PB. my time, so for a long time, Zelna had the records in the Extreme G in series runs, and so it's kind of like a rite of passage. Where if you learn how to play XG, you just go beat all Zelna's old times because we have like actual optimization stuff now, and so like it's not that hard to beat his times with what we now know.
Yeah.
And so that's like a rite of passage. You're like, oh, just go beat Zelda's times. And so I did, and I beat all his times. And then last year I went back and I actually got a good run in the first category I learned, which is critical mass. So that run's actually pretty good now. My other ones I haven't spent nearly as much time on. Meltdown's okay. Atomic is just a bullshit category because it's so short and it's reliant on like 2 things. But it's, you know, it is what it is. Did you find it, Gaffy?
I did.
That run went pretty well. That was like more or less a D-Rust run because I had been grinding one particular IL because it's the least consistent level and I'm trying to make it as consistent as possible before I go for like a sub 40 grind. And then I had something come up. Oh, I was gonna run it in a marathon. That's what it was. And so it was like, oh, okay, well, the week before, I should probably do a couple of runs. And so I did 2 runs, and one of them was a 20-second world record. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm in good shape. I should be good for the marathon.
And it's still world recorded. Oh my goodness.
Because I is good at the game.
He is good at the game. So, Gaffy, there's an event going on. It's a speedrun marathon right now. It's called The Mediocres.
That's me.
It is headlined by Steve TV Online, Tempest Mask, DB Cade, Sario 100, and Linkameister, which is the very definition of the not ready for primetime players.
I recognize a couple of them. The one that stands out is Linkameister.
He's the best one of the bunch.
800 marathons.
Yeah, he's in every single event I've ever seen.
Everything, yes. Running, well, he runs Project Base, which is a Super Metroid ROM hack, and then like some random bullshit kart racers, and then like a few other things.
He runs like Hello Kitty, Roller Rescue,
yeah.
Super Metroid Ascent.
Yeah, so yeah, there is a Project Base was like a physics engine mod for Super Metroid that several ROM hacks were then based off of. So if you are comfortable in one, then you can realistically play well in the others. And so I believe he plays the ROM hacks that use the same physics mod. So it allows you to turn like a regular jump into a spin jump midair and a few other things. So you can do like a bunch of weird tech.
We got a snipe, alright. Mew, please!
Mew.
I have a family! Fun fact, the snapback on my Pro Controller is playing the Poke Flute.
What? Oh, on the right stick is
Yeah.
that your C buttons?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, we're gonna get like a 23-20, boys.
Nice.
All right, maybe dumb question. I feel like it's in the name. Is Rogue Leader all in the X-wing?
No.
All in ships, I should say.
There are no ground missions in Rogue Squadron 2. Rogue Squadron 3 has ground missions. Suck.
Oh, okay.
Alright, 23-18.
Let's go.
With 2 fake golds. Yeah, I'll fucking update them, whatever. This is not my. This is not
it.
I'm gonna have to watch through it though. I think I split late. I split early and always split late, so that might be like a. It's definitely a 18, but maybe it's like whatever, slightly better. All right, hang on.
So the category that I run, Gaffy, is uses the standard ship for like the default ship for every mission with no upgrades of any kind. So it's kind of like if you were to just play the game for the first time and never pick up any extra stuff. It's like all the same things, but we play from a completed file, so we don't have to watch cutscenes because it doesn't actually change anything. So just it's like a 100% quality of life just like, yeah, fuck it, just play all the levels.
Yeah, that's
So,
nice.
Yeah. So we always play from a completed file, but we use standard ship, no upgrades on anything. So the ship breakdown for the 10 levels that I play is like X-Wing, Snowspeeder, Y-Wing, B-Wing, 3 different ships in the next one, and then day or night depends on if you play the level at night, you get the Snowspeeder. If you play during the day, you get the Y-Wing, and then A-Wing, X-Wing. So if you forget to set your GameCube clock to night before you start your run, you will lose 12 seconds on Imperial Academy Heist because you'll need to do it in the Y-Wing instead, which is really funny.
Hi,
That
CJ.
would suck.
Yeah, it's
I imagine it's happened at least once or
See,
twice.
you've been
happens to
running
everybody.
Snap?
Yeah, it's like, oh well, I make a conscious effort to remind myself, like, okay, if I'm gonna do runs,